dangerous descent in future. A tone will be requisite to descend from a spaceship while it is still in space and return to it. The liberty to do this will be necessary in future flight to distant space. Scientists are now trying to discover if this is possible. The spaceship Astra, which left the a short time ago, will be traveling 300 miles into space as a starting point. The Astra will stop for short time and an astronaut will attempt to leave the stationary spaceship and then return to it. We shall not know whether the experiment has been successful until we have received a radio message. The first message is expected to arrive at 7 o'clock this evening. By that time, the Astra will have been flying through space for 17 hours and will have cycled the Earth a great many times. When the first radio message have been received, the result of the trip will be unknown immediately. After the fight, 5 men have been fighting the forest fire for nearly 3 weeks before they could get it under control. A short time before, redshifts had covered the countryside, forming a road. No smoke will roll up from the warm road over the desolate hill. Winter was coming on, and the hill tree, the sprouting villa, with the destruction for heavy rain will not only wear away the soil but will cold senior floors as well. When the fire has at last been put out, the forest authority or the rest reserve ton of a pesco tip of brass sand which will flow weekly. The sand was piled over the road in hot 1 feet by a flow. The plant has been painting sand for nearly a month. When it began to rain by then, however, in many places the frost has already taken root. In part of the red thread which had been growing there for centuries, watches a friend has begun to appear in the pancake soil. She was not a mousy Railway Hamden has a large cycle of friends and is very popular as pad Thai. Everybody admires him for his fine sense of humor. Everybody does it except his 6-year-old daughter Jenny. Recently, one of Railway closest friends asked him to make a speech at the wedding reception. This is the sort of thing that Railway loved. He prepared the speech carefully and went to the wedding with Jenny. He has inducted a large number of funny stories in the piece, and of course it was great success. As soon as he has finished, Jenny told me she wanted to go home. Railway were a little disappointed by this, but he did ask his daughter as on the way home. He asked Jenny if she has enjoyed the speech. To his surprise, she said she hadn't. Railway asked her why this was true, and she told him that it's not like to see so many people laughing at him. The Channel Tuner. In 1858, a French engineer, Ami Thomas de Fremont, a free in England with a plan for a 21-mile tunnel across the English Channel. She said that it would be possible to build a platform in the center of the channel. This platform was several, have a port and railway station. The tunnel will be built 28-ton chimney were built above sea level. In 1860, a better plan was put forward by an Englishman, William Lowe. He expressed that a double railway tunnel should the buoy. This will solve the problem of ventilation. For if a train enter this tunnel, it will go in front or behind it. 42 years later, tunnel will actually begun. It's at the time the British had not finished invasion. It will have been completed recently. There has again been great interest in the idea of a channel tunnel. This buoy. It will connect between two areas for the first time in history. Cycling through the R. The hardware buffing is a model of car plan, but its designer, Mr. Sean Grimpenny, is finding it difficult to get it off the ground. The reason for this is that this fan is also a bicycle. Its pilot had to pedal her to get it into the R. After Mr. Wilpenny Hatton played Bowie. Its world tennis throwline in 1916. It was the first man-power craft to fly half a mile. Why begin flow be a champion Matos crisis in 1862. Mr. Wimpey has had his Red Bull. He has had the length of the wind in this to has the now mess 92 feet as much as long as tall of a Dakota. Many people has now interest in this new and unsure sport. But our cyclists may learn how to fly over short distance and might eventually get across the English Channel. This doubt whether they will ever cycle across Atlantic Canal. Harold Tassi, the police scientist, has spent his lifetime studying active volcanoes and deep caverns in a part of the world. In 1948, he went to live people in the Congo to observe a new volcano, which he last named Inturo. Taji was able to set up his camp very close to the volcano while it was erupting violently, though he managed to take a number of brilliant photographs. He could not stay near the volcano for every long. He knew that a rise of quite which rock was coming toward him. It threatened to swallow him completely, but Chani man to it by just in time. He waits until the volcano became quiet and he was able to return 2 days later. This time he managed to climb into the mouth of Kaito so that he could take photographs and measure temperature. Tenchi has often discussed his life in this way. He has been able to tell us more about active volcano than any man alive. Persistent. I crossed the street avoid meeting him, but he saw me and came running toward me. It was no use pretending that I had not seen him, so I waved to him. I never intimated best the case. He never has anything to do. No matter how busy you are, he always insists on coming with you. I had to think of a way of preventing him from following me around all morning. Hello, Beth. I said, fancy meeting you here. Polo, Elizabeth, Beth, and swear. I was just wondering how to spend the morning until I saw you. You are not busy doing anything, are you? No, not at all. I swear it's going to. Would you mind my coming with you? He asked before I had finished speaking. Not at all. I lied. But I'm not to the dentist. Then I will come with you. He answered. There are always plenty tourists in the waiting room. But not murder. I will begin tactics for a flight recently for the first third time. I has been asked to ride in heavy traffic and has done so successfully after having been instructed to ride out of town. Began to acquire confidence. So that I had passed, I was a mod, began to enjoy my test. The examiner must have been fan with my performance, for he might instead. Just one more thing, Mr. Let us suppose that a child suddenly crossed the road in front of you. As soon as I tap on the window, I want the car to be stopped immediately. I continue driving, and after some time, the examiner tapped it loudly, till the sound could be heard clear. It took me a long time to rest. I certainly read to best puzzle her, and we were both thrown forward. The examiner looked at the sadly Miss James. He said in a mournful voice, "You have just killed that child." Rest for danger. Dusting a book like a dog supply one direct into the middle of the fray. The cow began to sow, but the dogs were unaware of the danger. The boys were busy with the matter what the time, but it suddenly causing of the dog, who were searching through the mud and were wearing a red cap, apparently sent it to Christie, keep the bill focused and about the matter and changer at the dust. The cow suddenly requires. The dust, however, seemed quite sure of himself. When the boy got close to him, the clumsy serpent assisted to let it pass. The cow broke into chest, and the dust poured. By this time, however, 3 men had come into the ring, and they quickly drained the dust to safety. Even the bill seemed to feel sorry for him, for it looked on sympathetically until the dust were out of the way before once more turning its attention to the maternal.